Pens. Pens are something that people give out for free. You throw them away, no big deal. You lose them, it's no big deal. One pen is an exception to this rule, and that is the Fisher Anti-Gravity 7. Through the decades, the Fisher Anti-Gravity 7 has worked its way up and developed a reputation of being one of the most advanced pens around. And today, or actually, it has been advertised as the pen to last 100 years. But while that is a bit exaggerated, the pen is no joke. And today I want to break it down into three main parts, which is the first one is what the pen even is and what it can do. The second part I want to talk about is how it was built, how it came to be. And the third and final topic I want to talk about is what makes the pen so iconic. So without wasting any more time, let's take a look into what makes the AG7 the king of all pens. The Fisher AG7, aka the Space Pen, is the first pen made to actually take into space and function in the most extreme of conditions. And as reported by the Smithsonian Magazine, the Fisher AG7 actually has a compressed nitrogen cartridge, which is what allows it to write in all of these extreme environments, because it takes this nitrogen and exerts 35 pounds per square inch of pressure onto the ink and forcing it out of the tip. And this made it the ideal pen for NASA in the late 60s, and it was taken on to the Apollo 7 mission in 1968. The pen, contrary to popular belief, the pen was not developed by NASA, and they did not spend $1 million of their money while on a pen that could write in space, while our opponents at the time, Russia, just took a pencil. And in fact, the pen was actually developed by Paul C. Fisher, who spent $1 million of his money to create the pen. And it took a lot of hard work and dedication, and the pen is very complex. And this brings me to my next point, where we'll talk about how you even make this pen and how it came to be. So without further ado, let's take a look at what makes this pen click. The Fisher AG7 is an extremely versatile pen. It is known to write in extreme heat, cold, up to 250 degree and negative 30 degree weather. It can also write underwater, in space, and even upside down. This made it the ideal pen for all the space missions during the space race in the 60s. And what makes this pen so iconic, I guess, is actually it's made out of brass. Brass is the main component, but it's surrounded by very shiny, like classic chrome plating, which gives the pen its iconic look. But as you take a look inside of the pen, you'll notice that all the inner components are made out of steel to prevent from to make the pen feel more sturdy, and also to prevent from damage and stuff to the inner components. And that was stated by Unsharpen. And the most unique part of the pen is definitely the compressed nitrogen cartridge, which this is what allows the pen to write in all the places that it can write, underwater, in space, in various situations. But the pen is the pen is very intricate, and it took many years to develop and create. And yeah, I'm just gonna move to the next one. All right, so for my third point, I would like to talk about what makes this ballpoint so iconic. So the Fisher AG7 has been it has been very well known throughout the years, and has been developed great success between being taken into space and becoming kind of world famous. And you know, many people think, why not just take pencils to space instead? Like, it seems like it would be a lot cheaper than spending $1 million on a pen. Well, in fact, as reported by the official Fisher Space Pen website, uh, the pencils have lead, and that lead, when it breaks off and it goes floating around in the spaceship, it can actually cause serious damage to the ship. And also, on top of that, the wood is extremely flammable in an oxygen-only environment. And this is what made it the ideal pen for NASA and many other space programs. And Paul Fisher was able to sell this idea and pen to various space programs, and it became kind of world famous. And eventually, Paul Fisher started making an insane amount of money off of this pen because it became known as the space pen. And who doesn't want a pen that, traveled to space? It became recognized worldwide, and it made it on all over the news and the TV, in the papers, and of course in space. And it even appeared on an episode of Seinfeld at once. But the Fisher Space Company, or Space Pen Company, has actually not slowed down at all. It has developed even more pens, such as the Bullet or the Shuttle. And Elon Musk is even a fan of the AG7. He took it on his SpaceX mission back in May of this year, and they took it and they used it and they rode on it in space. So that's pretty cool. Now, as we come to a conclusion, I'd like to sum up the AG7 as a pen that is super unique and is really reliable and is kind of known worldwide for all of the things that it can do and where it can write. And today we talked about how it came to be and basically how it is important to people. And then also we talked about how it was built and everything that it could do. And lastly, I talked about what made the pen so iconic. And researching this pen has really kind of opened my eyes, and hopefully all of your eyes, to how undercredited pens are. And they have really made an impact on the world, and or especially the iconic space pen. That's it.